Hi everyone, welcome to Vishwa Bloom. So in this video we will be looking at physics basics. So basics are really essential for the higher classes or higher standards. So that's why I'm going to discuss basics. At first topic will be physical quantities and units. So now I'm showing the first page. You can see here on the left side we are having first main thing is measurement. So we are supposed to know what is measurement. So measurement is nothing but act of measuring or comparing some given quantity with other standard quantity. So act of measuring. Now if you are measuring something, suppose this is measuring machine and you are keeping something, suppose the circular thing is something, so you are measuring it, right? Suppose in the measuring machine you will be seeing that only, right? So that's this act of measuring will be measurement. Okay, now quantity. So what is quantity? Quantity means the size or amount of given quality. Now this is only quality is there. Now this circular thing, something it was right, so that circular thing will be the quality, and the whatever the here what the weight whatever it is displaying, that is called as quantity. Now suppose this is a sugar, if you take, so the quantity, suppose it is 1 kg. Okay, so that is only called as quantity. Now we have to see physical quantity. So what is a physical quantity? I'll explain now. So quantity which can be measured. Quantity which can be measured. Now suppose there is a rice bag. On it, if you are measuring it, so suppose it is 25 kg when you measure it. So this rice bag, it is measurable, right? So that is a physical quantity. Now rice is not a physical quantity. This is the physical quantity. The weight of it, the mass is the physical quantity. So there are some examples also. First, length, area, volume, speed, force, energy. You can see here. Yeah. Then physical quantities are they are classified into three types. So there are fundamental physical quantity and supplementary physical quantity and derived physical quantity. So we will learn in depth what are these three. We will learn detailedly. Okay, but before that we have a small topic called unit, which is very much essential for our topic current whatever we are discussing. So now let this example be as it is, because with that I will explain you. Now see, this is 25 kg, as I have explained for that quantity, that only I am using. Now here, now if I only say this rice bag, right, rice bag is 25, if I say, what they will understand, they will think it's 25 grams or 25 buffaloes or 25 donkeys, anything they can think, right? If I say to somebody else. So that's why unit is very essential. So it is the standard measure of a physical quantity. That is nothing but, now kg I mentioned in order to make sure that it is the weight of the rice bag or the mass of the rice bag. So that's what. So the kg here is the unit. Kg, kilograms, right? So that's what is the power of unit. So it is also having some value. Now how do you express, suppose if I'm asking, how do you express a physical quantity? We will say a physical quantity is a quantity which can be measured, but how it can be expressed? You should say that if there is a physical quantity P, that will be equal to a number N with a unit U. You understood, right? So now physical quantity was mass, now numeric was 25, unit was kg. That's it. Okay, so this is the formula or the way a physical quantity is expressed. I hope it's clear. So that's what is mentioned over here. Now we will see the next slide. Yes, so there are various systems of units also. So in the olden times, right, so in the olden times we had only for three quantities. One was length, one was mass, and time. Only in the earlier times, only length, mass and time was measured. Remaining nothing was measured. So there were three systems there also. One was FPS. That was a British system, and second was CGS, that was a metric system also we can call it, and one more was MKS system. Okay, now, so what is FPS? So FPS means for length it is foot. I'm writing units so that it will be convenient for me. So FT means foot, and for mass it would be pound, that is LB, pound, and for time they used to be second only. So that's why first letter of everything, if you take foot, pound, second, FPS, that's it. Now CGS, C means for length it is centimeter, and for mass it is going to be gram, and for a time it is second itself. So CGS, centimeter, gram, second, that's it. Now MKS, M means meters, K means kilograms for mass, and for M is for meter is for length. Now for time it is second, S. So these were the standard units during old time, earlier period. So after that, now this one also we have to keep in mind, this is also essential only for our higher standard. So after that, what happened? These all systems were not there. It was very confused. So one place to another, if you go, they were saying in grams, these people were saying in pounds. It was very confused. So what all scientists all over the world, what they thought was, they thought, let's have only one system, so that it will be internationally equal, it should be. Okay, so that's what was there. So what they did in 1960, what they did was 1960 11th General Conference of Weights and Measures were introduced. That these all, one name only they have given, that is SI. What is this SI? System International. System of units is called as System International. So there were in this there were 7 fundamental quantities, 7 fundamental physical quantities. Before that, they were all this FPS and CGS and MKS. These had only 3 fundamental units, that is length, mass, time. But now in fundamental physical quantity there are 7. After in 1960 it is. Okay, very much important topic this is. Next, in addition to these, 2 more physical quantities like plane angle and solid angle. Plane angle and solid angle. These 2 also were introduced. So these were put in supplementary physical quantities. Supplementary physical. Okay, so this is the explanation. Now we will see the next slide. So here we have table of fundamental units. So what are all the fundamental units? Just now we discussed, right, fundamentals and supplementary. So the table we have, let's discuss this also. So physical quantity is given on the left hand side here, and their units is given here, and their symbol also, symbol for the unit. So you can see that. Now for length, first length is meter. So length, it's meter, and small m. You can't write capital M. You can't write like this also, meter. Wrong. This is also wrong. You can't write like small e, capital T, like that. Like that also. No, you are not supposed to write. You are supposed to follow this. If you are writing the full spelling also, METRE only. If you are writing the unit also, M only, small, fully. Okay. And sometimes you will think you will leave MTR. No, that and all is not working here. Sometimes you will write MET. It's okay, I'll put dot. No, only meter or M. That's it. But that to everything in small letters. It should be really important. These are the rules. Now mass. Mass is kilogram or kg. kilogram for mass. Now next we have time. Time is a second or s, only single s. Yes, now meter also I will write. Then we have strength of electric current. Strength of electric current, everything I'll explain detailing. That is ampere. So ampere, that is capital A, new unit for us. Next we have thermodynamic temperature, the temperature only, that is Kelvin, small k Lv. Here everything, when you are writing full, it should be small. When you are writing unit, symbol, it should be capital K, because we are giving respect to the scientist, Dr. Kelvin, Sir Kelvin. We are giving him respect, that's why it is capital K. Okay. Now amount of substance is mole. Amount of substance, MOLE, and unit is MOL. Everything in small only. Okay. Now luminous intensity, it is candela, CANDELA. Unit is CD. That's it. Now we will see the next part. We have now supplementary quantities table. So first, plane angle. Plane angle. So what is this plane angle, you will think? So plane angle is nothing but, like, now you have two rays and one union point is there. That's it, plane angle. So actually I'll explain everything one by one. So just brief I am giving. Now this is not, the unit will be radian, that is RAD. And for a solid angle, it is steradian, STARIDATIAN. That is unit is SR. So that's it. Now we will see the next derived quantity. Now next slide. So here we are learning fundamental physical quantities. So fundamental physical quantities are the quantities which can exist independently. So they don't need any help also. They can exist independently. Like, now first you have these, whatever fundamental quantities, they are units, they are said to be fundamental units. First, this is very much essential before learning that. Clear? Then now here you can see all the 7 fundamental physical quantities. There are 7 as discussed earlier. So that all 7 detailed explanation is there. That one we will discuss now. So first is mass. So mass is nothing but it is a quantity of matter present in an object or a body is said to be mass. So first, quantity of matter. Quantity already discussed, size or amount of the given quantity. So size or amount. Now what is this matter? So matter is a substance which consists of, which occupies a space and has mass. This definitions you know, right? So I have written. Now the quantity or size of a substance which occupies a space and it has mass present in an object, that is only mass. So I have given a detailed explanation for you, right? Yes. So next we have length. So extent from end to end of an object is called length. Now one point is there, A. One more point is there, B. So from this A point to B point, the distance, it is called as length. Sorry. Okay, that's it. Next, this one, length has different things. So depending upon the direction, it is named to height and breadth. So how I will explain now. Now if it is in a horizontal way, now this is A and B, then you will call it as length. If it is in the vertical way, if it is vertical, then you will call it as breadth. And when you see some thickness or when you see it is like height, no, in a solid shape like this, 1 minute, yeah, from here to here there is some thickness, that is called as height. right? Like a cross line it is, no? So that one, wait, I will erase and write neatly. Yes. So like this, if you have some extent like that, that is said to be height. Thickness will be there. That's it. Now time we will see. Time is the interval between two events. Suppose you are having two events, whatever the interval is there between them, that is time. Okay. Now amount of substance. This is a new topic for us. Amount of substance. So amount of substance. So what is this amount of substance? So these are the substance which is very small. It can be seen only through a microscope. Okay, this whatever dot I drew, it can be seen by a naked eye also, no problem. But that one, whatever it is there, right? It will be only seen. It can be seen only through a microscope. You can't see or else, right? So examples will be atoms, right? Atoms can't be seen, but they can be seen through microscopes. Okay, so those bodies are they are atoms, right? Some tiny particles there. So the term we use to refer this number of molecules or atom in a material is mole. So for measuring the small quantities, we use a term. We use unit called as mole. MOLE. The unit is MOL. You have heard of word mole. 1 mole, like that. So what is the value of 1 mole? I will mention. So 1 mole is equal to 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. So this is very small particles. Now thermodynamic temperature, the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. So temperature, right? Thermodynamic temperature. So you know, right? Celsius, all that we have learned in 7th standard in heat chapter. There we have learned detailedly about the Celsius, Fahrenheit and all that. So degrees of hotness. Now, suppose now it is 42 degree means it's hot only, and cold -2 degree. So these degrees are called as thermodynamic temperature. Now luminous intensity. The luminous flux emitted through unit solid angle is called luminous intensity. Okay. Next, 7th one, strength of electric current. Electric current. Now it's actually strength of electric current. They have mentioned only electric current. The rate of flow of charge through the conductor is called electric current. So you know very well this electric current, because online classes mean if power cut is there, net will go. So in a similar way, right, we are using electric current. So the flow from the conductor. So if this conducts, then only the whatever the battery, if it is there, it is conducting it is giving some current, then only the bulb is glowing, right, when we do some experiment there. Okay, so that's it. Now we will see next, that is supplementary physical quantities. Supplementary physical quantities are broadly divided into two only. So first is plane angle. So plane angle, the union of two rays having same initial points is plane angle. Now first, union of two rays. One ray you will take, another ray you will take. Suppose if I take like this, ray means this only, right? One end point and another can be extended. The union means it should have same initial point they mentioned. So union means same point, the mix-up point. So this is called as a plane angle. This union is called as plane angle. Okay. Now we will see solid angle. So solid angle present at the cone at the vertex is called solid angle. Now if I take one cone now, So this vertex part, whatever that angle is there, no, that is called as solid angle. Now next we have to see derived physical quantities. So derived physical quantities, now the physical quantities which can be derived from fundamental or supplementary quantities. So these are not independent, they don't exist freely. So how they will be depending upon, you will have a question. Now I will explain. For that, one small example I will give. Now you know length is a physical quantity, you know, right? It is a fundamental physical quantity. Now this one, from this what is the length? If I take L, length is L. If I take, now if you want area, if you want to find area, the formula is L square. So it is derived from length, right? L into L, so it is L square means L into L. So obviously it is derived from the fundamental physical quantity. Now this is a derived physical quantity, right? 1 minute. So obviously this is a derived physical quantity. Then volume, if you want to find, length cube, that is L into L, that is actually you will say length into breadth into height. Just now I explained length, breadth and height all will come from length only, right? So that one again will be derived physical quantity only, right? So now length, area and volume both are depending upon length in some way. So length is a physical fundamental physical quantity, but these two will become derived physical quantities as it is depending upon it. So that is how we will get. Now we will discuss all that detailing. Now first we have area. So the region enclosed by the boundary of an object is area. Now square if I take, or rectangle. So this is the boundary, right, whichever I drew now. Now inside whatever the area is there, so that is said to be the area. Inside whatever the shaded part is there, that is the area. It's not so good shading, but even though you can understand. Shaded region is area. Okay, now we will see the volume. So volume is the space occupied by an object. Now for that we need a 3D figure. 1 minute. Yes. So if I take one cube, so whatever the space is occupying by it will occupy some space, right? Suppose you take your box or pencil box, then it will occupy some space on your table, right? That is only volume. Now we will see density. Density is the mass present in a unit volume. Mass which is present in the unit volume. Okay, now we will see the next slide. There are many derived physical quantities, but we are learning 12 for now. Okay, now speed we will see. The distance we will represent with S. Covered per unit time. Per unit time means division, right? By S by T. Speed is S by T. That means distance covered by time. Now, velocity. It is the displacement produced in unit time. Displacement also S only. So, it should not get confused. Or else I will keep for distance I will give D. It will be easy for you. Now S for displacement, that is produced in unit time. Okay, it has direction. Remember, it has direction. Now acceleration. Now direction is also very much important in velocity. It can be negative or positive also. Okay, now we will see the acceleration part. So acceleration, so rate of change of velocity is called as acceleration. So you should be perfect in velocity, then only you will know the acceleration. Okay, so now I'll give one example. You are increasing or rising it to 25 kilometers per hour. So there is increasing, right? The velocity is increasing. So this is velocity, kmph and mph. These are the units for velocity. Okay, or you can have kilometer per minute also. Okay, so all that were the units of velocity. That's why this kmph is also unit of velocity. That's why I mentioned here. Now when it is increasing from 0 kilometers to 25 kilometer per hour, it is going to be acceleration. Now when it is increased to, when now it will be in 25 kilometer per hour, right? Suppose suddenly a traffic signal came, then what will happen? Obviously the person has to decrease to 0 kilometer per hour. So that is called as deceleration or retardation. Okay, so this is when it is decreasing. So here it is decreasing, right, from 25 kilometer to 0 kilometer per hour. Obviously it is decreasing. So this is called as acceleration, this is called as deceleration. I hope this is clear. Now we should be discussing the force topic. So force is a physical quantity which causes acceleration or retardation in an object. So that's what in order I have mentioned it. That's it. So now acceleration we have learned. So for learning acceleration, we depended on velocity. For learning velocity, we are dependent on displacement and all that. So for learning force, we need acceleration. All are interlinked. Okay. Now, so force is a physical quantity. Now, force is nothing but push or pull. Short definition if you take, push or pull. Push is something that you give force in this side. You are pushing it. Now, pull is nothing but you are taking it out. Right? That's it. This is force. Now, you have to see work. Now you know what is work. You will think that work is work. No. Activity of displacing a body by applying force. So when you are using force and doing some activity, then it is said to be work. Okay. Now we have energy. So energy is nothing but ability to do something. You are able to do something, then it is called as energy. Okay. Then ability to do work, that to work only you should do. Okay, now energies are of three types, actually many types, but we will be discussing three types. Okay, you have many energies, not only this heat energy, light energy, electrical energy. You have geothermal energy, tidal energy, thermal energy, everything is there. So we will discuss these three for as of now. Heat. So heat energy is almost similar to thermodynamic temperature, but we have definition different. That is nothing but form of energy which gives the hotness or coldness. It's energy which is giving us hotness or coldness. Now AC will give you coldness in the other way. Okay. Now light energy. Now light energy is the energy which gives the sensation of vision. So with the light only we are able to see. Without light you can't see anything, right? For how this light how we are able to see some object. Now object will be here, light source will be here. The light source will fall on the object and that will reflect towards our eye. Clear? So in this way only we are able to see things, or else we would not be able to see things. So this object will reflect some light towards us. Okay, that's it. This is the light source, the dot. Now electrical energy. So electrical energy is a form of energy produced by flowing charge. You know this very well. So positive charge, negative charge, it will flow, so that only we are having fans, lights, all are working very well. Now, power we should discuss. Power. The work done in unit time. Work done in unit time. Now what is work done? Here we have discussed, right? It's displacing a body by applying force. So this is dependent on force also, right? That way. Now thrust. So thrust, pressure, these two are almost the same. This 11th and 12th both are almost is the same, but they are not similar. Thrust, it is the normal force only. Remember the word normal very well for thrust, or else it's tough. Normal force which is exerted on a given area, okay, that is said to be thrust. Okay, now if they are asking you pressure, it can be force per unit area. Force per unit area, that is called as pressure. Okay, so it is both are similar, but here normal force only, here any force. Okay, now for force, you all know the formula, right? Very well. Force is F is equal to ma. It is a formula. So F is equal to ma. So what is F? Force. M is the now A is acceleration, M is mass. So mass into acceleration, ACC means acceleration. Okay, so that's it for the derived quantity. Now we are having something called as multiples and submultiples. These are also literally very much important in our lives. Multiples and submultiples. So what are these multiples and submultiples? Why are they introduced? I will explain. Now why these multiples and submultiples are introduced? In order to decrease the size of the number. Suppose now if I write these many zeros, I will not put commas. Wait, if I remove commas only, it will be very tough. If I write these many zeros, now you have to count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 zeros, right? So you should keep on count, and it's taking a lot of space from here to here, right? So in order to decrease that, simply 10 power 7. It is easy for the evaluator also. It will be easy in order to count that many zeros. So 10 power 7 he can write. That is only multiples. Now what is the submultiples? So now like this, if it is there, here you will have to take the 10 as a base, power minus will be there, that's it. Okay, power minus. Now there are some multiples and submultiples you can which is seen here. So first it is 10 is deca, 10 square is hecto. So I will write the units. 1 minute. 10 means deca, so DA. Now 10 square means hecto, H. 10 cube means kilo, K. Now 10 power 6 is mega, capital M. 10 power minus 1 is deci, D. 10 power minus 2 is centi, C. And 10 power minus 3 is million. So now how we will use this? K you know very well, kilogram, kilometer, like that. See, fundamental physical quantity you know, right? First meters, kilometer, kilogram, like that. You should not take this kilo. I will not take, only gram I will take. Gram, all that you know, right? So now if I have to put meter, how will I put? Decameter, damn. Hectometer, kilometer, megameter, decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. That's how we are using. Actually unit is just this M. Remaining these all things are the multiples and submultiples. Okay, yeah. So I hope you understood. Okay, so that's it for the session today. I hope you all understood it. Thank you for watching our video. Do like, share and subscribe to Vishwa Blooms. Bye for now.